Hi there, I'm Rajini Vaidyanathan with BBC News. We are live today in Philadelphia at the Democratic National Convention. We're outside because there's a protest taking place with Bernie Sanders supporters. This week's all about a show of unity for the party getting behind Hillary Clinton as their nominee. But there's a lot of people here who aren't happy with Hillary Clinton as the pick. A lot of them are Bernie Sanders supporters. Let's just show you around this rally now. We want you to send any questions and comments you have. But as you can see, if we just swing the camera up here, there's a rally going on there. Lots of people here. We just show some of these signs. This one here says Bernie for president. Enough is enough. This one over here, we can just move up, saying she didn't win it, she stole it. Hello there, how are you? You're live on the BBC Facebook page.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. What's your name?
My name's Dave Icono.
Explain your sign.
She stole the election. I feel Bernie and people that went out to vote were not fully allowed to vote for who they wanted to. I don't believe in the super delegates. I don't believe that delegates should decide the elections. I think people, one person, one vote, should decide it, and just here to support Bernie.
Now, Bernie Sanders has even got behind Hillary Clinton. Isn't it time for his supporters to do the same?
Anybody but Hillary.
You say anybody but Hillary, so we come to November.
Or Trump.
But it could be that if a lot of Democrats stay away, come November, Trump could actually be gifted the nomination, or the presidency, should I say, because Democrats are staying at home.
I don't think we'll be staying at home. I think we'll vote third party if we have that opportunity.
Either way, votes are going to be away from the Democrats.
And hopefully votes are going to be away from Trump as well.
If Donald Trump wins, who do you prefer, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? You still prefer Hillary?
Neither one. I don't prefer either. To me, they're both two evils, and hopefully this can start a change so the next election in 4 years, we can get them out and get somebody in that means, business for the people.
Okay, well, thanks very much for joining us. There's lots of people you. Just explain your sign.
Someone actually at a church over down that way actually decided to give me the sign, and I can't believe someone would do that.
So are you a Bernie supporter?
Oh, yes.
You are. So you love this sign then?
Yes, I love it.
Now, you're too young to vote, but if you could...
Bernie.
Now, what about Hillary Clinton, though? If the party...
Nope, Jill. If it wasn't Bernie, it would be Jill.
And that's Jill Stein from the Green Party?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, if people vote for the Green Party, that takes votes away from the Democrats. Could hand Donald Trump the presidency, couldn't it?
Probably, but I hope he never becomes president. He will start Civil War and World War.
Let's talk to you then. Thank you very much. What's your name?
Erin.
Erin, your sign to show that not Hillary, not Trump, but the electoral.
You know.
All right, so you want Bernie, but Bernie's behind Hillary now.
Yeah.
So why aren't you?
Because he endorsed her, that doesn't mean he supports her.
Well, that's the same thing. He's now endorsing her, so he's effectively got behind her.
He hasn't won. They're still super delegates. They haven't voted yet. They don't vote until this week, so that's all.
Is all this disunity in the party just a gift for the Republicans?
It's not disunity. They know. Okay, Bernie.
I mean, you guys don't like Hillary and...
Yeah, of course.
That's disunity, isn't it? Well, there's a lot of people in that convention hall who do.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
So, is there under any circumstances, if people told you if you stay away, it could give the Republicans the presidency, would that maybe make you vote for Hillary Clinton?
Nope. There's still Jill Stein, if anything. I can always write Bernie in New Jersey. It's a write-in state. Yep.
So if Donald Trump wins the presidency, and some people in the Democrats might turn around and say that's the fault of the Bernie Sanders supporters, what would you say to them?
That's the fault for Hillary supporters. That's the fault for Hillary supporters. Bernie is beating Trump in all of the polls.
Not in the primaries. Hillary came out top in the end, didn't she?
You're not counting the caucuses. They don't get to, independents didn't get to vote. Yeah, exactly.
It was 73% Bernie. My state, Washington
Where are you from?
Washington State. We went 73% for Bernie Sanders. Every single legislative district in my state overwhelmingly voted for Bernie Sanders, and we are also a write-in state. I can write in any candidate I want. I will never vote for Hillary Clinton. Never.
What would you say to people who say this is a gift for the Republicans? Because I was at the convention in Cleveland last week, and the signs that I see here against Hillary Clinton are exactly the same as the ones I saw at the Republican convention. They're probably delighted that you guys are saying the same thing.
You know what? My message to the Republicans is your candidate is just as messed up as Hillary Clinton. It's two sides of the same coin. As far as the DNC and my state's Democratic Party, I'm sorry, you picked the wrong horse.
Okay, well,
Pot or kettle, they're both the same, pot or kettle.
all right, well, thanks very much. We've got some comments coming in. I'm just going to share some of them. Gabrielle Holloway says, keep up the progressive platform, even if we have a Democrat on the ballot. Giovanni says, Bernie or bust. We've seen quite a lot of signs saying the same thing. Andy says, Jill Stein, who's the Green Party candidate for president, Andy believes that she's the only candidate working for him. And Timothy Harden says, the DNC really snubbed Bernie. Kim Packham says, hashtag still Sanders. Let's go and talk to some more people in the crowd here. Now this week, Hillary Clinton will be making history as the first woman to accept the nomination for a political party in the United States. But as you can see here, there's a lot of people who don't see that as a relevant thing because they just simply don't like Hillary Clinton. They want Bernie Sanders to be the nominee. Let's go over here and talk to some people. Hi there, you're now live on the BBC News Facebook channel. We spoke to you earlier, didn't we?
We did.
How are you doing? Let's just tilt the camera up and read this sign out. It says, a man born to lead finds a country that needs a hero. The Bernie Sanders story. We're still with you, Bernie. And then the hashtag Dem Exit. Now tell us about this hashtag Dem Exit. It's a play on Brexit, of course.
Yes, we're going to basically be leaving the Democratic Party if they do not go for the people's vote.
Now, Hillary Clinton's likely to accept the nomination this week, so isn't it time for you to just get behind her now?
I'm not going to get behind a candidate I don't support.
Why don't you support her? Oh, here we go. Let's have a look.
I don't support her initiative to support TPP. It's a terrible trade deal. She also had Benghazi. She killed innocent people. She's just done a lot of stuff I can't get behind. I just don't trust her.
Well, she was cleared on those sort of accusations. But let's get to the bigger picture. That sign could have been in place at the Republican convention last week.
Sure.
Donald Trump, when he spoke to the delegates in Cleveland, reached out to Bernie supporters.
Okay.
Would you get on board? I mean, there's similar ideology on trade.
You're asking me the same question. I'm not going to get on board with Trump. I'm not going to get on board with Hillary. This is the reason why we're here. We're given the lesser of two evils, and that's not working.
But I know we spoke, but we're now live on Facebook, so I'm going to ask you some of the questions again. That could mean that Donald Trump becomes president because some Democrats will give their vote to the Green Party or they just won't vote. Are you prepared that that might be a consequence?
I am. That's exactly what I'm prepared for. To be honest with you, Hillary as a president is a lot worse than Trump as a president, as the media spins it. She's done a lot of illegal stuff. She's above the law. We've seen that. And I just don't trust her. If Trump's going to be president, I blame that on the Democratic convention, the Democratic Party.
Now, did you vote for Obama in the last two elections?
I did.
So, Obama supporters surely would want to keep the Democrats in office, wouldn't they?
The what? What did you say?
As an Obama supporter, wouldn't you want to keep the Democrats in office?
Obama ran on a progressive platform, and he completely changed his views mid-election. I don't believe the Democratic Party is democratic anymore. I believe it's corrupt. I believe that there's a lot of money now funneled into it, and it's not the same as it was 10 years ago.
So you're okay with the Trump presidency if that's the outcome?
I'm not okay with the Trump
You
presidency.
think that might be the outcome then?
Probably. The people want something different. They don't want the same politicians, and Bernie was the difference, and Trump's the difference. The problem is the Republicans push Trump ahead because they're smart. They know he might win. We're pushing Hillary ahead, and that's not going to win. She's not going to beat him.
Okay, well, thanks very much. Well, the opinion polls are really quite close. Donald Trump did get a bounce in the polls. I'm trying to speak over a bagpipe, but yeah, Donald Trump got a bounce in the polls after the convention last week. I'm just going to go through some more of your questions and comments. Caesar says Gary Johnson, please. Gary Johnson is the Libertarian candidate. J Deep says I like Hillary. Come on. Connie says I was a Bernie supporter, but now I think the most important thing is to just beat Donald Trump. Bill says I wish it was a Hillary Sanders ticket. Mindy says the people really want Hillary. I'm going to try and move away from the music because I think it's drowning out the sound. I'm just going to show you some of the images. like it's a drugs protest of some sort. End the racist drugs war, they say. The sign there calling for legalization of marijuana. We're going to move through. There's a lot of activity here. Let's just move through, just show you. Hi there, you want to talk to us?
Oh, no.
Well, you're live on Facebook now to millions of people around the world, so you've got no choice. What's your name?
My name's Eric.
Eric, where are you from?
Austin, Texas.
In Texas. Now, a lot of people here and are watching us on the BBC. I've got a question here. Connie, she says, I was a Bernie supporter, but now I think the most important thing is to beat Donald Trump. That might mean holding your nose if you're a Bernie supporter who doesn't like Hillary and voting for Hillary Clinton.
I think the thing is that it's more of a scare tactic. I think Trump is always, to me, it seemed like what he is, a reality TV show. I mean, it's been a show. I mean, he said every single crazy thing anyone could ever say. And there are some people that are radical in this country, but I'm not scared to vote for Jill Stein. You know, if Bernie is completely just deleted from everything, I mean, Jill Stein or another independent, you know, so...
Jill Stein is the Green Party candidate, of course. Now, a lot of people have been saying they might vote for Jill Stein or indeed Gary Johnson from the Libertarians. They are small parties. They are not going to become president. So the argument goes, if your votes go to them, you're just handing Donald Trump and the Republicans the presidency.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even right now, if you look at Donald Trump, I mean, I don't think you could say a high percentage of their party actually believes in Donald Trump. Yeah.
They're all getting behind their candidate. What we're seeing here is a split Democratic Party.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I think the clear thing is we stand up against the corruption of this country. And then what DNC has basically shown, especially with the new WikiLeaks, is that it's pretty clear that there is corruption. And there has been a lot of voter disenfranchisement throughout the whole country. And I think when your people can't feel like you can trust the party, then maybe it's time to build a new party.
So you're fine if this is the end of the Democratic Party as it once was. The movement that Obama built in 2008.
Well, I mean, the thing is that we're seeing people fall in line. We haven't been able to watch CNN or MSNBC because we feel all the bias that we see completely going towards Hillary the whole time.
And we're here to get you on the BBC to offer your perspective, but we have to ask the challenging questions too.
No, I know, and that's the great thing. I mean, but the thing is that lately I found that I turned to the BBC to actually carry some real facts, some real news. Even Fox News, which is something I never thought I would say, because they just anti-Hillary completely.
Let's just get down to the numbers then. It could be that if enough Democrats who are Bernie supporters stay away or vote for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson, could cost Hillary the election, and that'll be Democrats out of power.
Well, that's the thing too, is that such a bad thing? Because the Democratic Party is looking more and more like the new Republican Party. I mean, what do they stand for? I mean, they stand for bank deregulation. It's a lot of they say they're not for Wall Street, but it looks like a lot of Wall Street. So I mean, that's what we used to believe that the Republican Party used to be. So it's like, is it a wolf in sheep's clothing, or is it what's really the truth? I think that's what Americans want to know. What's really going on? And I think that, like, we feel that being here, that we feel like Bernie at least was some truth, and I think that's something to support right now in this time. But we're hoping, I think we're living by hope, that something miraculous happens this week because of what maybe some people have a conscience over there in the convention. Maybe some people actually feel like there is actually someone that cares about people. For all his life, all his career, he's dedicated his time and energy to doing things for the people.
I just have a quick question before we move on though. Now that Bernie Sanders is with her, why aren't you with her?
Well, the thing is, Bernie, I mean, I think everyone here probably feels Bernie is pretty much on the fence. But the thing is, we're hoping that, you know, at 3 o'clock he says something a little bit more gritty. I mean, but, you know, we understand, you know, the game of politics, and we understand that, but this is what he created. He created a movement of the American people standing up, and we're going to start getting involved in the grassroots movement, and it may be slow. We may have Donald Trump for president for 4 years, but
Okay, so it's a long game. All right, well, thanks very much. Now, it's pretty noisy here, but we're just going to walk through the crowd to get an idea. If we could just show some of the posters that we've got here. That one's saying wrong way.
prisons isn't for profit and incarceration and criminalization.
No Donald Trump, no Hillary Clinton. Just to do a bit more of a walkthrough for you. It's very noisy, but we'll show you the signs. There we go.
This is why we're here, and we will not disappear. This is why we're here, and we will not disappear. So every child can have health care from the cradle to the grave. Just so every ethnicity will be embraced and loved. So that every child will be treated equally. This is why we're here. This is why we're here, and we will not disappear. Can hear you? And we will not disappear.
Is over. Just show the signs for you there. When will this madness end? A lot of anger. We're going to get away from the noise.
And we will not disappear. This is why we're here, and we will not disappear.
Okay. Sign here.
This is why we're here, and we will not disappear.
We're trying to maneuver our way through the crowd, so we're just going to come out here.
You're not in this line.
And it's, here we go. Super delegates, vote Bernie. Be on the right side of history. Hello there, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
It's very noisy, isn't it?
Yes,
we're
it
trying
is.
to get through the crowds here. You've got a Never Hillary sign. Why can't you get behind her now? Bernie's even endorsed her.
Because what she's done is dishonest, and what the DNC has done is dishonest, and we as Americans can't stand behind that kind of dishonesty. And I believe that Bernie Sanders is the only person that can beat Donald Trump, and she can't. Her numbers prove it, and they're still going down.
I have a question though. If she ends up, as is most likely, being the Democratic nominee, then if you don't vote for her, Donald Trump will more likely get in.
I will not bite into the fear. Donald Trump doesn't believe in climate change, and I'm way more scared of climate change than I am of Donald Trump.
So will you vote for Hillary Clinton in the end if it comes down to...
I will vote for Jill Stein because she cares about the people and the planet, and we need change, and Jill will be on the ballot in almost every state, and this is going to be the year for change. So it's either Bernie or Jill, never Hill.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, lots of people here talking about Jill Stein, the Green Party's presidential candidate. If you've never heard of her, we'll try and get some information about her and stick it in the comments box for you. Going to go through a few more of your comments. Sean, Wendy says, will Bernie keep his endorsement of Hillary after this email leak? The email leak which showed that there were Democratic Party officials who favoured Hillary Clinton. Again, we'll stick more information about that scandal in the comments box. Good question. He's likely to. We'll find out when he addresses the convention later today. He certainly was furious on TV yesterday. Dustin says Bernie and Elizabeth Warren should both withdraw their support for Hillary Clinton. Catherine says it's time to show the two major parties the door. And Josette saying, I'm politically different from this man, but I really agree with him. And she means one of the people we were talking to. I'm not really sure who it was. And Sarah says, we're not voting for Hillary because the DNC forced her down our throats. And we're going to wrap up, but we're just going to show you a few more of the signs here. Over here, there's Doctors for Bernie. Let's go and see them. I should actually say as well, it's really hot here in Philadelphia, so these protesters are... Right, let's see if we can show you that. There's a lab coat there. Doctors for Bernie. Hello, who are Doctors for Bernie?
Well, anybody who cares about the people, the 99% is for Bernie because Bernie is for the 99%. So I'm a family physician from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, I was there last week.
Oh, yes, I was too. Yeah, we circled the city with love. I'm just tired of not being able to take care of my patients because they can't do what I need them to do, what they want them to do. and I'm ready to grow with our nation in love for people. I want people to vote for their values and not vote against somebody. So
what if that means Donald Trump ends up winning? If Democrats stay at home or give their votes to a candidate like Jill Stein, who is very unlikely to win nationally?
Well, I think, look, if our votes count, and if people don't vote out of fear, and we vote out of our values, then there is a possibility that we can have a candidate like Bernie or Jill Stein, and I'm praying that there's some option and we can make people aware. I think the things that people fear from Donald Trump are already happening with Hillary Clinton. And if people deny that, their heads are in the sand and they're being fools. They need to wake up and read the information and vote for the people.
But you're from Cleveland. You saw that there was a little bit of disunity in the Republicans last week with Ted Cruz refusing to endorse Donald Trump. That wasn't good for the party. This isn't good for the Democrats either. But Hillary supporters clashing with Bernie supporters. It's not good, is it?
And I think that's good that it's not good, because the parties are both corrupt. The parties need to implode. We need more choice, more options. Here's what I think. The parties do not represent the people. I think we need to throw down the gauntlet of labels. I don't want to be told that I'm blue or red or green. I don't want to be told that I'm Democrat or Republican. I don't want to be told that I'm liberal or conservative. I want to be a humanitarian. I want to vote for integrity, for justice, for peace, for the people. So I think it's good that the parties are, I hope they both implode, because they do not represent the people.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're just going to wrap up now. A few more comments. Zainab says, hello, Philly from London. Hello, Zainab. Phoebe says, it feels like Hillary Clinton didn't win the primary. She stole it. And I'm just going to take you over here for a second, because I wish I could remember his name, but maybe my producer, Ashley, can. This gentleman over here is quite the character, isn't he? What's his name again? Ashley? Oh. Let me find out. I've seen him at lots of protests. Hello there, sir.
Hey, turn around.
Now, I know who you are, but I can't remember who you are. You're live on the BBC.
Hello, my name is Vermin Supreme. I'm running for President of America. I am here in town seeking the Democratic nomination. I'm giving them one last chance. I'm also here to help assure that the people are able to hopefully assemble freely and speak freely.
Now, you've got a bit of a cult following. I've seen you around before.
Absolutely, ma'am. I am definitely a cult figure. I am from the internet, and it seems like a lot of the kids like me, but old people too.
What's your story really then? Why are you here dressed with that on your head?
Well, once again, I have a welly on my head because it stands for all that is good with America. And conversely, my boot is a pile of poop, and the media are the flies that buzz around it. Once again, of course, I'm Vermin Supreme, the friendly fascist and tyrant that you can't trust, and you should let me run your life because I know what is best for you. Yes, I'm a politician. I will lie to you because I have no reason not to. I'll promise you anything your little heart desires because you are my constituents, because you are the informed voting public, and because I have no intention of keeping any promise that I make. Now, I can see yourself asking yourself, well, Vermin, what do you stand for? And let me tell you, I have 4 basic planks to my platform. They are as follows. Mandatory toothbrushing laws. Gingivitis has been eroding the gum line of this great nation of ours for long enough and must be stopped. Number 2, zombie preparedness. America must be prepared for the imminent zombie invasion. Number 3, time travel research. Going to go back in time and kill Hitler with my own bare hands. And last but not least, free ponies for all Americans.
Free ponies. Well, we have to wrap this up, Vermin, but it was very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And I don't see your free ponies anywhere, so I'll keep looking.
They're on the way. They are
all right.
on the way.
Now, if you know anything about this election, he's been popping up on the trail. I can remember his name, but he's a bit of a cult figure. You may know Vermin Supreme. I think we can't really top that, so we'll just end with a couple of comments. Mohammed says Donald Trump's a scarier option than Hillary. Do folks here realise that? David says the Democrats are just as broken as the Republican Party now. Well, do stay with us on bbc.com/news for more coverage of the Democratic National Convention. BernieSanders will be speaking later today, as will the First Lady Michelle Obama.
I've seen her